Ah. Now, in August 2022, one afternoon in Migori Primary, 10 choppers landed. One was carrying His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga, and there was one particular chopper that onboarded two gentlemen, one Honorable Mark and Nyamita, who is here with me, and the other the incumbent governor for Migori County. Sir, what changed?
Yeah, I mean, in the last elections, we did campaign together with the governor of Migori County.
Okay.
And there were a couple of things that we had hoped that we would see. I mean, one of the most fundamental things, let me talk about education. There was a governor's scholarship program, which was ongoing. And it used to take 5 students in every ward, 200 students in the county. And it would sponsor them from high school through to the university. And why we voted for Governor Ochilo that time is because Ochilo is a well-schooled gentleman. He holds a PhD. So we thought him and his deputy, who is also a PhD holder, who's a lecturer in the university. So we thought, oh, these guys at least have seen the benefit of school. So we were hoping that they would enhance that program. Maybe if they were doing 5, they would take it to 10. They killed it. In fact, there were students who were on the program who were dropped midstream by the government, the government of Ochilo. So you can imagine a student who has been under scholarship from a poor family. He's been taken to a good national school. He's progressing very well. He or she is progressing very well, hoping that he's going to go and finish university. Then the program just stops. Why? Because the regime changed. Number 2, he was finding a government that was already running. There were people who were in positions. For example, the Public Service Board was fired for no reason under his instigation. And when we tried to intervene, he refused it. But even most fundamentally, we don't seem to have a plan of where we are, where we found ourselves, where we are, and even where we are going. So it's not consultative. If you speak to the MCS themselves, they will tell you that yes, they're in the wards, but sometimes the programs that are being run by the government are not even known by themselves. They are known only by the coordinators. Okay. So it is a county on autopilot, and that's what I call it. So when we saw, I mean, look at our hospital, the number of deaths. In fact, maternal deaths, nationally, I think we are at about 300 and something thousand for 100,000 births. 300 out of 100,000 births. Okay. In Migori, it is well over 400. It means we are losing more people. Look at the incidences of negligence that we have seen people lose lives. And he has literally refused to give an opportunity, even for feedback from his own people. If you speak to the members of his cabinet, they have not even had a single cabinet, I think this year. From the last 4 years, it is possibly just 3. But maybe they were working in the background. 4 years down the line, over 40 billion, you cannot pinpoint in the county government of Migori one single flagship project that you can talk about. And if you can, please mention.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a quick one with the Honorable Mark Nyamita here on the MC Lang Katalang Show, Mzuka Kibao TV. That was our introduction. Now, who is Ward Nyamandas?
Ward Nyamandas is a village boy from Suka.
Okay.
Who grew up with his hawker mother, who used to sell mandazi with the mother at the market, but who had a burning desire to succeed in particular areas.
Okay.
And I thank God that education opened ways for me. I went to school. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Civil and Structural Engineering.
Sure.
And after that, before actually I joined university, I was a student of CPA. I did up to Sec 4. I just didn't do the last 2. Maybe I would be a CPA K now.
Okay.
But then thereafter, I went and did I finished my course. Then I did a couple of management courses in telecommunications, ICT, and management. Then I did my MBA. So I worked in the corporate sector for a long time, rose to senior levels, and I thank God for that. In charge of the nation, at some point I even had responsibilities that were cutting across the larger East Africa and possibly Africa. My view, or rather, considering where I came from,
Okay.
in the village, when I would go back home and I would say, okay, I would see guys who were sharper than me even in class. But I would see, because maybe they didn't get the opportunity that I got, they were still, sorry to use this word, but possibly still languishing in the village, you know, doing manual jobs or sometimes just jobless.
Okay.
I used to ask myself, what if these guys got the opportunity that maybe I got to go to school? Because they were much sharper than me in class, they would have done a better job. So when this constitution actually came, how I found myself in politics, when this constitution came, and my reading of this constitution
Okay.
is that I think it was wrong to put the office of the governor to be an elective seat. They should have considered qualification, practical experience in management, because these counties need to be run as going concerns, in my view. So when I looked at it, I saw that this is an opportunity for me to go and create an opportunity for the many other people who missed the opportunity that I had. And that's why I resigned from my job to vie in the last election.
Okay.
Actually, I left my job when I was 30 years and I was running, because I left in about 2011. And in 2013, when I was running, I was 32 years. And I had resigned from my job, which was well paying. Sorry to say, but actually it was paying me more than I'm earning as a member of parliament.
Oh, impressive.
Yeah, but I think the desire to serve was actually quite high. I was unsuccessful in that bid. Then I came back because I'm also a businessman. I do a couple of businesses,
Okay.
different things, and I enjoy doing that. Then now in 2017, my people said, okay, why don't you come and start as a member of parliament? And I think we've had an amazing transformational journey in my constituency.
Okay.
And I think that is what we want to replicate at the county level.
Mheshimiwa, you're a man of two hats. You're a leader, you're a politician, but then again, you're a tech savvy. How do you intend to, tap technology into what we call the informal sector, the youth that are employed, especially in Migori County where you want to, become governor? Second to that, Migori has a porous border, and drug and substance abuse is one of our menaces, especially that we are grappling with as a community, as a county. How do you intend to marry the two so that the youth find something meaningful to do?
I think the best way is to engage the youth in productive activity.
Okay.
And you have seen that we have engaged them in sports. That's number one. And sports is not for leisure. And now we are trying to professionalize sports. You see our team now is in the Premier League. And we are hoping sooner than later we will be opening good partnerships international so that our players can get it to the next level.
Congratulations.
Many other people also don't know why I am so passionate about that particular team.
Sure.
I am going to, hopefully next year, when I become governor, is that we will use that team to market Migori.
Okay.
So it will also help us to build tourism, because we will be using the team to talk about what exactly does Migori have to offer.
Sure.
On issues of substance abuse and our porous border, I think a closer collaboration with the national government to ensure that the proliferation of drugs and illicit items from across
Sure.
do not cross and be used to confuse our young people.
Sure.
You have seen us establishing, for example, our film studio, so that people like you
Sure.
can now have an avenue to be able to produce and to be able to explore your talent to the next level. We have established a state-of-the-art ICT hub at our TTI,
Sure.
which is very well equipped. So guys who are tech savvy can actually go in there and be able to do one or two things. You have seen how we have tried to apply technology even in our issuance of bursary.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to a day when Migori will be available at the palm of your hand. So if I want to find out something about agriculture in Migori, I can quickly go. If I want to find out the nearest hospital, I can find it in my hand. If I want to find out, if I'm an investor and I want to find out what are the rates for me to pay for different licenses and which offices quickly. If I want to find out who is my agricultural extension officer, who can come and assist me, I can quickly get onto the platform.
Okay.
So we're going to get it here, including in the health sector, which I'm very passionate about. I've told many people who have cared to listen that I'm going to run for health.
Okay.
And that is going to be my biggest pillar. So I will be taking my experience from private sector, from business and political leadership into Migori so that we have a county that is to the next level. But above all, I would be working very hard to ensure that we have a peaceful Migori, whereby young people are never misused by politicians for whatever reason to cause chaos and to be violent and just have them meaningfully engaged. Opening industries. For example, today there's a county aggregation and industrial park, which was an joint initiative between the county and national government. Today, the one for Migori possibly about over 95% complete. But the best they can do is to post for you the photos of that building. There is no plan to operationalize it. Because if there was a plan, farmers would have been registered, the whole value chain they already begun establishing it. But because they don't have an idea, they don't know what to do with it. They are just trying to post, oh, we have done this. And it is not helping those people. So it just become a monstrous thing that is in the face of the people with zero impact in the day-to-day lives. So those are some of the things that we are looking to change.
Mheshimiwa, I'm impressed about your approach, especially to health. But remember, politics is a game of numbers. You come from a region known as, actually a sub-county known as Uriri. Our first governor of the county came from Uriri. Their hearsays, or rather street says that, we can have a governor coming from Uriri again before it goes, around other sub-counties. What is your take on that?
The constitution did not envisage a rotational leadership. Because if it did, then it would have been put in writing. Whereby they would have said today it is A, tomorrow it is B, and tomorrow is C. Number two, I'm not running because I'm coming from Uriri. No. I'm running because I'm coming from Migori.
Sure.
Because I benefit from the services of Migori. So if anyone thinks that they're going to push me to a corner and say that I'm running for... And those biases are not unique to me. Because when I ran for Member of Parliament, they said I am coming from the smallest clan. And indeed it was true. Members of my clan in Uriri are less than 100. And said, this is a game of numbers. Just like you used the words. This is a game of numbers. They told me it is a game of numbers.
Yes.
So your clan is less than 100 people, you cannot be able to win. I said, I'm not running for my clan. Completely, I'm not running for my clan. I'm running for transformation. And the people have really gave me an opportunity. In the subsequent elections, even the people who are trying to box me into a clan, for your information, of the 104 polling stations in Uriri, I won. The way I got the least vote was 94%. In all of them.
You're right.
And it has nothing to do that I am special than any other person. But it's because they appreciated what we have done. And that is why I have come out very boldly and said, if I do something in your village, please don't try to scatter with my vote. If I don't, please don't vote for me. And I think that's a higher measure that I put for myself. And I am challenging fellow leaders. Let's adopt a similar approach. Therefore, we begin to get accountable to our people. Because this notion that, so-and-so is coming from a region, that is why the current leadership thinks in their mind that the seat is for his village, is for his people. And that is why the only tarmac road he has done in 4 years is to his home. Because he says, this is our thing. And that is what we want to finish. Number two, this issue, and it's good that I address it. People have been saying, you're coming from the sugar belt. And I don't know, there's a cassava belt, and then there's a whatever. It is total hogwash. And I say hogwash because I mean it. Voting patterns have never followed economic activity. Voting patterns have never followed a geographical location. Because if they were, the Kuria people and the Luo are in one region, how come We have never voted in one basket from a presidential perspective, yet we are in the same country.
Okay.
If that was a region, they'll say, okay, guys from Migori would vote in this particular way. The economic activity, like for example, sugarcane farming that is affecting, that is predominant in Rongo, Awendo, and Uriri, getting now to Suna, would only affect us if we were voting for someone who is going to represent farmers. I am not going to represent farmers. Yes, I will represent them, but not farmers alone.
Okay.
So anyone who thinks that they want to box me because of geography, we are not going to vote for you because of where you're coming from. It is what you're bringing to the table. And I have challenged the incumbent and the wannabes. Please come to the table, show us your track record, show us what you're capable. Let's give it to the people to determine what it is.
Mheshimiwa, speaking numbers, we had polls, giving you different numbers at different times. And we have recently a poll that, ranked you at 12 against the incumbent at 83.
Which poll is that?
Do you believe in those numbers, number one?
Which
have
poll
you seen
is
the
that?
polls?
No, I've not seen it. Which poll is that?
I wouldn't mention the poll.
But which poll is that? Which poll is that? In fact, I saw a comment online. And someone said, if you see a toilet in your dream, please don't use it. So if someone wants,
are you discrediting those polls?
anyone
Yes.
who is reasonable, including your good self, who comes from Migori,
Yeah.
know what the real polls are talking about.
Okay.
But I will not chest thump. I will not also discredit anyone else. The true test of the food or the pudding is in the eating. And we're going to face it down there.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if you talk about polls, I think that the credible polls that I've seen, that have been done scientifically, I am ahead. But forget about polls. There's even ranking based on performance.
You're right.
Yeah. For 9 years in a row. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 years in a row. I have been the best member of parliament in Nyanza.
You have.
It cannot be by mistake. It is not me who is ranking myself. Go to the audit report of last year. It is saying I'm the one who has the best bursary system.
The incumbent has a problem with you using your parliamentary, performance as a yardstick for, county performance.
So how would you otherwise then rate me?
Okay.
Which performance did you want me to be ranked with? Because now I'm a member of parliament. If I can be trusted with a smaller responsibility and I have delivered, then I can be, it is the only track record that we can use. It is the only track record that we can use. And I am only saying that what I have done at a small scale, I am scaling it up. It is as simple. So he has a problem with me using which other measure did he want me to do?
Okay.
Because if it is school, I have gone. He has also gone to school. The only thing he has that I don't have is a PhD, which I can enroll for anyway. But if what I am seeing out of him is what PhD holders have, maybe I am happy with the way I am. So what are you talking about? If it is management experience, I dare him. I am more experienced in management than him. Practical. I have run institutions. I have. So which other measure would you want?
Mheshimiwa, I know I'm concluding. You are two elites. But the best both of you can find is Oyundi and Chihuahua. Don't you think we are degrading the gubernatorial status?
Oyundi is not... Chihuahua, when he called me Chihuahua, a name that I have accepted graciously.
Okay. Are you?
Yeah. I mean, if that's a good description for him, because what's a Chihuahua? I mean, I keep a Chihuahua in the house. Okay. My dog is called Lexi. She's a cute little dog in the house, a white dog.
Perfect.
Largely, my dog is an in-house dog. So Chihuahua is a house dog.
Okay.
It is not a fighting dog, which describes me, because me, I don't fight. I don't believe in physical fights. But what does my dog do? If you came to my gate, it will smell you from far. It will come barking and alert me that there's someone at the gate. That's why it sleeps in the house. If there is a small intrusion, even at the window, it will come and alert me, including on my bed. It will jump and tell me, oh, someone is there. So Chihuahua is an alert dog. It is an in-house dog. It is not aggressive. I think it perfectly describes me. I am not aggressive. I don't have physical aggression.
Okay.
That's true.
Sure.
I am alerting the people of Migori that my good people, this guy is siphoning us dry. He's stealing because I smell trouble from far. Our mothers are dying in hospital. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? Our youth are being misused in alcohol. That's what I'm actually doing. Okay. So I'm alerting people, guys, election is coming, this guy. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. It's a perfect whatever. Okay. But you see, the Oyundi thing is a lazy person. Mm-hmm. Lazy because he never shows up. You know, the good thing is that leadership as it is today, you can actually, I can redraw your calendar for the last 1 week.
Okay.
If I look at your presence on different forums.
Yeah, right.
Even on social media. For example, if you are a leader like me, today someone can say I was in parliament in the morning. I was here, I was doing office work. The new guys have come for the interview.
Sure.
After this, I'm going in the morning, I was on a radio show. Then you can check my diary for the last 1 week. So if you reconstruct me backwards, you can then almost get into what is in my mind. Mm-hmm. If I reconstruct the diary of my governor, Monday morning, he wakes up, he's in the office for a few minutes. After 2 hours, he's in a funeral. In the afternoon, he's meeting goons. In the evening, he's in the market. Whatever, things like that. 1 month, there's no project inspection, there's nothing. Then I can go on in his mind and think, what does this guy actually wake up thinking?
Okay.
I can reconstruct exactly what that person is. So when I said lazy, we have asked him, guy, do the following. Mm-hmm. You know, I started saying, Ngamoko tiyo, vidal.
Exactly.
2 years.
Mm-hmm. And then you started saying
2 years.
December imebaki moja.
Yeah, no, I started saying when the December were 3.
No, okay.
2 years. I said, Ngamoko tiyo, vidal. I was just trying to alert him. So you know how much you are. I'm alerting you, my friend. Ngamoko tiyo will go home.
Okay.
I alerted him year 1. Oh, that guy is just year 2. Year 3. Year 4. Now see. Imagine it is only this December. In fact, today is the 19th. It is his last 19th of August in office. Because the next one, there will be a new regime.
Sure.
So when we were doing it, it was nothing personal. It was just trying to alert you, please do something.
Okay. Do
something. Because we were seeing our neighboring counties beginning to progress and we were left. I don't know whether, I don't know where you went to school, not whether, for sure you did.
I did.
I don't know where you went to school and whether you were taught about rural-urban migration.
Definitely.
And rural-urban migration, people used to migrate to the cities to go and look for greener pastures and get jobs.
Sure.
I was afraid that if our neighboring counties were prospering very quickly, then now we will be having people migrating from Migori to other counties, that now Migori would be the rural one and the others are urban. Okay. And why I have come forth is because I think I have something to offer, and it will kill me if I didn't offer myself. The people can deny me the opportunity, which I will respectfully accept in the unlikely event that they do. Okay. But at least let me, when history is done, I don't want my generation or my children to say, but Mark, this is something that you could have done. Why didn't you offer yourself to be able to do it? You saw us going down a cliff and you clapped when we were going down the cliff. I don't want my name to be written. I'll say, no, but I gave you guys an opportunity. Okay. And when I am given that opportunity, number 2, you know, I'm also a fairly young person.
Sure.
I still have a name to keep. So I want to be given an opportunity to do something that will help us transform our region.
Mheshimiwa, I'll go down to Sony because that is currently the issue at stake. Yeah. We have, I know you're rushing, and we have COP against Sony. The land belongs to the public, it belongs to the people of Migori. What is the state of that particular land?
No, they used the Sony land to take a loan from Cooperative Bank. But the government agreed to pay off all the debts, and the leasee also agreed to take liabilities as it was taking assets. Sure. So I just want to tell our people, I saw some sensational claims that Sony has 400,000 acres that is ongoing. One, Sony does not have 400,000 acres. The total acres under nucleus is less than 3,000. But even if there were 20 acres, we wouldn't let a piece of Sony to be able to go. So
Slip away.
the national government, we will push very hard to ensure the national government pays for the for that debt, so that it still remains. Currently, C will do his 30 years. Once he's done his 30 years, he will leave.
Okay.
And someone else will come, or if the lease is renewed, so be it.
You mentioned during a mainstream, radio show this particular morning, and I was listening to you, and you said, I've spoken to the CS for finance to intervene.
Yes.
Just how much can he do on that issue?
It's just for him to avail funds.
Okay.
Yeah, because the agreement was done. It's just for him to avail funds and pay the bank, which is exactly what he's going to do.
We'll go to national politics and we'll end it there. Just one question. Now, Mwesh, we are told that the mountain is gone. Do you think that the lake can consolidate President Ruto's votes to give us a win in 2027 for re-election?
The president is going to win this election with more than 60% of the votes, including the mountain. There's part of the mountain that will come. A substantial part of it could vote otherwise, but that's okay.
Okay.
But the rest of the other country. But also don't underestimate the silent voter. Because the transformation that has happened in this nation so far is really being felt by people at the grassroots. In fact, if you speak to people from Mount Kenya, they will tell you, Sisi sasa, we support Rigathi Gachagua, but they will tell you they will never vote for him for president because they know he's not presidential material.
Okay.
So do not underestimate the silent voter who has seen the value of a few things, for example, the interventions around SHA.
Okay.
And Kenyans also can tell from our whole lot of leaders. I've challenged the opposition. Who is your presidential candidate? And they're saying, it's a strategy. You cannot keep it a strategy because Kenyans need to know who is the alternative, so that we begin to interrogate him.
You're right.
We begin to look at his track record. We begin to know what he has done and what he has not done. You don't expect that you're going to surprise Kenyans 2 days to the election or 2 months to the election with a candidate, and then you confuse people and then they vote you and you find yourself in office. No, it's not going to happen. So if they still are not yet clear who their presidential candidate is, and I can tell you the opposition is going to be split into very small pieces, whatever. But all I know is that the president will be relying on his track record. There is not a single constituency in this country where there is no project from national government.
Sure.
Different from what was there in the past.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.